Hello Mechwarriors, and welcome to a new episode of the Molten Metal tutorial section. In our last video there was a request by Mr. Timbo. He wanted to see a laser vomit showcase, and this is what we will do today. Alright Tim, here we go. Let's vomit all over the enemy. Blech. I thought a lot about which mech to use and ended up with a Banshee for maximum laser firepower. This one is the Banshee 3M, which is perfectly made for a pure energy build. She has 8 energy hardpoints and a lot of quirks in assistance. So let's have a quick look at the loadout. I really tried to maximize firepower and went for a classic Wobber Banshee build. This is nothing new, but very effective. We have 3 large pulse lasers, backed up by 5 medium lasers. This brings her to a pretty good alpha strike damage of 58. Also, the Banshee has a nice broad arm, which we can use as a shield when twisting our torso away from the enemy fire. And of course, we've got a standard engine to keep this baby alive as long as possible. As always, I put a full build in the description, so you may want to check it out for detailed information. Oh, and by the way, you have different options to build this one here. You could either put all the large pulse lasers into one side of the torso and use the other as a shield, or you can split them up to have more long-term sustain if one of your torso side is gone. I prefer the second option, but both are viable. Okay, got it? Then let me point out something very important before we get into the game. Let's assume that you bought a brand new shiny battlemech. You figure out the baddest configuration, like this one, and you start putting the pieces together. And then this happens. Yep. You waste all your precious damage output into the landscape. So, what happened here? The Banshee has 8 energy hardpoints, 1 on the head, 5 on the upper torso and 2 on the lower torso. Of course you want your main damage source mounted as high as possible, but at the moment we are not able to select which weapon goes to which hardpoint. So we have to use a little trick here. The first weapon mounted on each side will go to the lower hardpoint. Therefore, we remove everything but one medium laser and put the rest into the battlemech again. Let's save this really quick and go back to the testing ground. Okay, let's try this again. See? This is much better. Now we can snipe above hills and other obstacles. And as we are already here, let's check out our heat management, because the vomiting of lasers is quite a tricky issue when it comes to heat. The important thing to know is how many alpha strikes you can bear before shutting down. So here we have 1, 2, and a volley of large pulse lasers till we reach maximum heat. After that there is still the option to chain fire to keep the damage going. This is especially good for hunting already damaged light mechs. Alright guys, ready for the vomit? It's time to hit the battlefield. As I already mentioned, you have to be aware of mainly 2 things. Your heat level and your position. If you find yourself shutting down right in front of the enemy team, you are just straight up dead. So when your mech runs hot, it's usually a better idea to move out instead of hitting the fire button harder.
New target acquired.
So what we try to do here is to land 2 good alpha strikes, like in the testing grounds, and then move to another position to cool down. We usually do not want to peek around corners, because we need to look at the enemy quite a long time to deliver our full damage. When there are enemies with high burst damage waiting on the other side, we have no chance to survive. And did you hear that? Listen to that hissing sound. That is a signal that our heat is almost critical. Not quite, but almost. So better stop firing at that point. So let's get to a better position, because this one is too tight for us. Let's don't get into the way of the Marauder. It seems that he can handle the situation quite fine. Also, he has an Atlas backing him up.
New target acquired.
Let's vomit on the Timberwolf twice, and then we move out again.
Acquired.
Yes, we managed to open his center torso. This is a good thing. Now we can move down again. With the Atlas in position, we are able to push a bit. Keep in mind that you always need support for that, because you run hot very fast. Your damage output drops drastically after 2 alpha strikes, so try to avoid crawling alone. Here I just run into the next cover and take position. Oh, and there's the Timberwolf again.
New target
Let's give him more of
acquired.
our lasers. At this point I see a lot of pings on the seismic sensor. There must be something going around down below. At the moment we are cooled down and ready to fight, so let's join the basement party. Yep, our team is already fighting and we came just in time. There are a lot of enemies, so I prepare for a longer fight and hit the cool shot after the first 2 alpha strikes. We have a lot of friendly mediums fighting against whatever the enemy has left, so we need to do what the souls are made for: tanking damage. We move to the first line and hope that the rest will follow. Again, prevent yourself from shutting down.
New target
This has the
acquired.
highest priority.
Heat level
We do not know what awaits us behind this gate, so we need to be careful on our heat. After cooling down again, we can make a careful attempt for a push, hoping that our team will follow. I switch between large pulse and medium lasers to keep up the
New
pressure
target
at maximum heat
acquired.
level.
Heat level
So we got in some good damage, but here it's time to move out again. The Atlas from the beginning also joined the party, but he overextended a bit and shut down. Now it is my turn to guard him and scare the enemy, so that they will be distracted and can't focus fire on him.
warning, incoming missile.
Unfortunately, they still have some good firepower left, and I can't decide which target I should go after.
Enter
They managed to
missile.
core me, and I am forced to retreat.
Warning,
Good thing is,
missile.
Buddy Atlas returns to favor and pushes forward. This saves my life. Let's follow him and hunt them down. We are cooled down again, and we should be able to put up a good fight if something hits our crosshair. And here we found them. The quick draw's arm falls into pieces, and the second alpha strike goes directly into his center torso. Remember why we put the large pulse lasers into the uppermost hard points? Because then we can do this.
New target acquired.
Alright Tim, I hope this is what you wanted to see.
Target
Load your
destroyed.
battlemech with energy weapons, know your heat cap, and move around when you're hot. This is what it's all about. If you guys have any requests what I should play next, leave a comment and I try to figure something out. If you liked the video, watch the bonus gameplay or subscribe to the channel. I try to upload a video at least once a week. So see you next time. Goodbye.
Target